Staff will direct you to the nearest fire exit. Please note the location of the nearest fire exit to you. Please do not leave articles in the walkways or sit on the stairs. No glass items or outdoor footwear on poolside. And on leaving poolside, you must wear appropriate dry clothing.
Good evening, everyone, or good afternoon. It's fairly late afternoon on Sunday. This is day 5 at the Scottish National Age Group Champions, session 15, as you can see on your caption. I'm Robert Taylor. I'm with you this evening. It's my pleasure to introduce Stephen Milne, ex-swimmer, Scottish Olympian and everything. So welcome, Stephen. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
If you want to give us some insight on what you're now doing within Scottish swimming.
I finished Commonwealth Games last year, and now I work for Scottish Swimming as an RSDM or Regional Swimming Development Manager, where I help support clubs and local authorities that do the Learn to Swim, and I work in the west of Scotland.
Yeah, thank you. Stephen's been doing that for about 6 months or so?
Yeah, since beginning of October.
New job, so different from the swimming environment, I'm sure. Where you've swam very successfully at both Conwy and Olympic Games and other things. So nice to have Stephen with us. As you can see from the caption, it's a fairly quieter night tonight. We finish 200 IM gets us underway with the boys, 200 free, 100 free for boys and 100 breast for the girls, and we finish with 50 back and 50 butterfly. Just having a wee look through what we've got ahead of us. We will have a cracking 200 IM, I think, at the very end on the 17-18 year olds. Luke Hornsey, Stephen Kravis, Brodie Gordon Gibson and Robert Burgess. That has the makings of a very, very exciting final 200 IM. 200 freestyle. Again, in the 15 year olds, we've got Phoebe Arbuckle, Coker Croxford up against one another. So looking forward to that one. 100 breaststroke for the girls. We had a cracking time from one of the youngsters from the afternoon heats. Sort of from Seven Oaks, no less. She came in somewhere around about 1:13, Stephen. Absolutely amazing swim, and almost the type of swim that a 16, 17, 18-year-old would have been doing. So, yeah, I think you were here at the venue, maybe saw that this afternoon.
Yeah, no, it's interesting to see like the swimmers like swimming in the morning and afternoon, and then like going up to the next level for the finals. And some of them want to make like a statement in the morning or the afternoon, and then they want to like step up again when the rest of the field is there, all in the same race.
Yeah. You'd have been coming to this many years ago, and I'm sure that as a sort of young lad, 12, 13, you'd come here. You'd do your best, you'd do a PB and make a final, and as you say, into the final and try and go a wee bit faster. And I think that's what we expect to see, certainly from the 13 and 14 year olds. They were giving it everything in the heats for this afternoon, not holding back. That doesn't happen with the older swimmers, obviously, Stephen. They'll know what they're capable of doing, and maybe hold that wee bit back for this evening.
Yeah, it's about tactics for like the older swimmers, but for the younger ones, they should just go and give it their best, see what happens.
Yeah. So we get underway with, let's say, very shortly 200 IM. We have, of course, a top 10. We'll maybe get someone to pass that over to us very shortly. Top 10 clubs this evening. As I say, we will get the top club announced at the very end. Some presentations will finish. I think there's a presentation for top boy and top girl for under 16s as well. That's based, I think, on FINA points. And that will conclude the final lot of presentations.
Our senior technical officials for this evening.
So I think I can get those top 10s. In 10th place we have Team from Dumfries with 204 points. In 9th place, Aberdeen Performance, 249. Yeria sitting at 281. South Lanarkshire in 7th, 329. The Aberdeen Dolphins team, 365.5, just actually behind Stirling Swimming Club with 368. Your own club, Perth City, storming into 4th place, having a great week, 381 points. East Lothian Swim Team also surpassing what I thought they'd do in 3rd, 453.5. Wonder Bass 811, and I think we'll probably find that after today we've got City Glasgow as our top club. After day 4 they're sitting 1,148.5 points. So we move on. In lane 0 we have Talik Adam per City, 2 Sky Kabushka, University of Aberdeen Performance. Lane 2 from Wonder Bass, Rurivik. 3 is Geary's Austin McPherson. And lane 4 we have City of Glasgow's Nikolai Sisnet. In lane 5, City Glasgow, Aaron Machin. In lane 6 from Kintyre, Angus Woods. In lane 7 from Highland Swim Team, Maybe Singrella. And 8, Inverclyde, Blake Herdman. And in 9, also from Inverclyde, Lewis Spray. So this is the 200 individual medley. This is the 11-13-year-old age group. Nice to see swimmers from some of the smaller clubs that we've had. Angus Woods in lane 6 from Kintyre. So we look forward to seeing how he does. I think he's been on the podium in bronze medal position earlier in the week, but nice and silent. It's always lovely to get the atmosphere here, soak it up. And they got on the blocks and it's total silence, full arena. Swimmers, coaches, and I think we've got the best part of 400 odd 500 spectators in here. So off 4 lengths of each, and very strong start from the young lad in lane 4, Nikolai Sisnets, Stephen. So what are we looking for here in this 200 IM, particularly from all these swimmers?
Well, for me, it's seeing what all the strengths are per stroke. Certainly, I was better at the freestyle and backstroke, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in the second half of the race with the breaststroke and freestyle after the back and fly.
I suppose it's key not to go out too fast and blitz the butterfly, keep plenty in reserve.
Well, it depends. I mean, if you know that fly is going to be your strong stroke, you want to make a good impact with it, because when the other strokes come, you don't know what the rest of the field are going to do. So you just want to work with your strengths and then do your best with where you know the
strokes.
Exactly.
And this lad is certainly very strong, both on butterfly and in backstroke. Breaststroke might not be quite as strong, but he's still pretty useful nevertheless. After a strong start, second place is his teammate Aaron Machin in lane 5, and at this stage gold medal looks almost certain from Nikolai, you'd say.
Yeah, looks it. Strong battle for bronze at the moment as well. Things could change, but he's got a strong lead at the moment, dominating this race at the start. So yeah, I think for him it would just be giving it the back end with the freestyle leg and see what time he gets at the end.
And Aaron Machin, pretty useful breaststroker, is maintaining good rhythm and certainly cementing second place. Third place in lane 6 is the Kintyre swimmer, so he'll look to try and maybe get bronze medal. Austin McPherson from Geary, just up the road from here, is thereabouts, along with Rurivik from Warner Bass in lanes 3 and 2. All to play for the bronze. Here's Stephen.
Yeah, and I see lane 2's come ahead with the breaststroke. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get their head down the last 5-10 metres to see what happens.
Certainly 1-2 is Nikolai and Aaron, but we have a race on. It's lane 3. I think it's just going to prevail here. Austin McPherson, he's already had an 800 swimmer already this afternoon. But that's your 1-2, and your third swimmer home is Austin McPherson. So great to see that. I don't think that 800 would have taken too much out of him at this early stage in the season.
And distance athletes tend to be able to, do one event, do another event. They're used to that in training, so a competition can do the same thing.
Okay. So Nicholas Sisnet, Aaron Machin, and in lane 3, Austin McPherson. So that was very much as it should have been on the times coming into this. We would normally expect 4:53 to be the finish order if it all goes to plan, but it never does it?
Yeah, it just depends on their.
You've got a lane, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. You've got a lane, you've got a chance, and it's the last day of a 5-day meet, so people are out to take the opportunities the last day and see what happens. No, it's great to see all the competition and people stepping up even on day 5.
So that's 40-year-olds making their way poolside. So we'll start in lane 0. Bellshill Sharks' Ethan Collins goes in 0 in 1 from Perth City. Callum McKenzie. In lane 2 from Wander Bass Club, Dylan Mitchell. In lane 3 from Stirling Swimming, Lachlan Small. In lane 4 from Hamilton Aquatics, Zane Salah. In lane 5 from Perth City, we have Finlay Bruce. In lane 6 from Carnegie, James Kilpatrick. In 7 from Inverclyde, Archie MacArthur. In 8 from South Lanarkshire, Finlay Bennett. And 9, Kyle Connolly, City Glasgow. I had to double check with Anne about pronouncing Talik's first name, so we hope that we've got that right. So this is the boys 14-year-old 200 metres individual medley. Now Zan Salik in lane 4 from Hamilton Aquatics has already gone very fast in the heats and has won a few goals already, and is out very strongly already. Here's Stephen.
Yeah, making that first good start. I mean, when you go for your race and you're excited, you just want to go for it. And sometimes the plan might be secondary and just enjoying it, absolutely going for it and holding nothing back.
And Carl McKenzie from Perth has certainly done that, as has Ethan Collins in the outside lanes. James Kilpatrick, Lachlan Small just a little bit further back on the backstroke section. Zane's still looking good in the middle lane. He's got a very, very strong finish though, Hamilton lad.
Seems to be quite even at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in the breaststroke, like if there's going to be a change in positions.
Now halfway mark, saying at the moment, looking good. All of these boys will maybe have different styles of how they finish and flip. You get the flip over, you get the touch and turn normally, and Zane at the moment still looking pretty strong, but here comes Finlay Bruce from Perth City to put in a challenge. It is beginning to tighten up a wee bit here, and the Stirling swimmer Lachlan Small in lane 3 is coming through. It's all change in this one. A few of them dropping back. Still lane 2 and 4 not out of it. Dylan Mitchell, Ethan Collins. But at the moment, Zane has a very strong finish, as I say, and at this moment, smart money's on Zane. Lachlan Small and Finlay Bruce might well be battling for the 2nd and 3rd place. This is a pretty impressive swim from Zane.
Yeah, very much so. It's a tight battle for silver as well. Silver and bronze there.
It's looking good for Zane, but as you say, Stephen, very tight for 2nd. Not much between the two. It's possibly just Finlay Bruce edging clear now. Yeah, Finlay Bruce has just done enough to get the silver medal ahead of Lachlan Small. In Salah, 2:21.78. Well, comfortable win. 2nd place, Perth's Finlay Bruce, and Stirling Swims, Lachlan Small takes the 3rd. Another good race there, Stephen.
Yeah, very much so. No, I do enjoy watching sport, and it's great to be able to see it now, from the stands, because I've just been so used to being an athlete.
Yep.
But it's great being able to see it now. I just get so excited.
Yeah. And the atmosphere is fantastic up at Aberdeen Sports Village. We've had crowds desperate to get in here. So we have our 5th-year final. N0 from Midlothian is Toby Bullock. In lane 1 from South Ayrshire is Lewis Gibson. 3 from Perth City, Kenzie McLean. In 3 from Morpeth, Jacob Light. In 4 representing Aberdeen Dolphins is Dean Fern. In lane 5 from City of Glasgow, Gregor Ross. In lane 6, representing University of Aberdeen Performance, Cameron Hastings. In 7 from Hamilton Aquatics, Kanish Chakraborty. In lane 8 from Dundee City Aquatics is Ewan Weir. And in lane 8, Dundee City Aquatics, Corey Phillip. It's the 15-year-old 200 metres individual medley final. And Dean Fern should be unassailable really in this one. He's been winning all over the place. Had a great week down at the British as well. I suspect it's all about second place. Dean Fernoff already to a strong start. You know how good he is at butterfly anyway, Stephen, so he'll make a real big statement in the first section.
Yeah, very much so. I'm just looking at his time from the heats, and it's a really fast time. Yeah, so it's just about seeing like how far he can go, I suppose, and see if he can like go faster than did earlier today.
Yeah, the entry time from almost 9 months ago at the summer meet, and he's going extremely strongly. Second place, all very tight at the moment. Lane 2 coming quite nicely through is Kenzie McLean from Perth City, along with Jacob Light, the Morton swimmer, in lane 3, and Kanish Chakraborty from Hamilton Aquatics also getting himself into the mix and getting half a chance of getting on the podium. Dean Fern well clear on 59.41. It's all done and dusted, I think. Kanish Chakraborty, Kenzie McLean close. This is where things will change a bit on the breaststroke, I'm sure.
Yeah, very much so. There already seem to be swimmers like pulling ahead now. No, it's interesting to see like the different techniques and strokes, I suppose, as well, and either this fast stroke rate or like the long distance per stroke, you know. But yeah, like some of the swimmers are like change position now just from this length.
A lovely glide though from Dean. You can see, as you say, different styles. Some are a little bit slower, some a bit faster. And Gregor Ross in lane 5, super breaststroke up. You can see the split 39.55. Jacob Light in 3.40, whereas some of the other swimmers 42s, 43s. Well, no problem. Dean Fern's going to take this, but it's all about second place. It looks like almost a 2 or 3 way contest. Gregor Ross and Jacob Light. Dean Fern's got this one well wrapped up. It's very tight for second. It could be Jacob Light who's going to take this. Dean Fern, Jacob Light, and it's going to be Kenzie McLean in third. Well, that was very strong finish from Jacob, and a cracking swim from Perth City's Kenzie McLean. Did really well there, Stephen, to get up and get a bronze medal from lane number 2.
Yeah, very much so. A lot of the swimmers swimming faster than did this morning, so it's great that they are stepping up. I mean, getting that inspiration as well when you got a swimmer that's far ahead, but there's still that race, you know, the rest of the field, but you want to get as close to whoever's at the head, you know.
Yeah, indeed. So move over to medal presentations. It's all very fast and furious. We don't get much time to chat about what's been happening. SASA President Brian Henry, who's been here throughout the week, is going to be doing these presentations.
Bronze medalist in the 11 to 13-year-old category, representing Geary, Austin McPherson.
So bronze medalist in the 11-13-year-old category from Geary is Austin McPherson.
Bronze medalist in the 14-year-olds from Stirling Swimming, Lachlan Small.
Silver medalist in the 14-year-old category from Stirling Swimming, Lachlan Small.
Silver medalist in the 11 to 13-year-olds from City.
Silver medalist in the 11-13-year-old category from City of Glasgow is Anne Machin. And the silver medalist in the 14-year-old category from Stirling Swimming, Lachlan Small. Gold medalist, Scottish National Age Group champion in the 11-13-year-old category is Nikolai Sisnik from City of Glasgow. Gold medalist from Aquatics in the 40-year-old category is Zane Salah. And because Zane is a non-Scot, Stephen, as we've mentioned in the live stream, our Scottish national champion in the 40-year-old category, Zane's just saying to Brian to the side of me. That's Finlay Bruce, City. I think there's been a special presentation to Nikolai Sisnet from City of Glasgow.
Yeah, girls win as
There is a trophy. It's the Sharp Trophy for the 200 metres individual medley in the 11-13-year-old category. So thank you very much for letting me know about that. I think there's probably a similar trophy for the girls. But, we now move on to our 60-year-old final. I did say it was fast and furious, Stephen. City Glasgow, Royce Crongelis goes in lane 0. In lane number 1 from Elgin, Taylor Sinclair. In lane 2 from Bass Club is James Burnett. In lane 3 from Monifief, Liam Gorzinski. In 4 from Perth City, Evan Davison. In lane 5 from Stirling Swimming, Logan van der Meulen. In lane 6 from the Wanderers Bass Club is Conor Mitchell. In 7 from South Lanarkshire, Thomas Traynor. In lane 8 from Scotia is Jack Docherty Simpson, and in lane 9 from Dumfries, Rory Webster. Well, we do expect Evan Davison to be a very, very strong fancy to take this one, as we had in the 40-year-old category with Zane, and silver and bronze very much up for grabs if this goes very much to form, because Evan's time 2:13.40 is some 6 seconds faster, and he was coasting in the heats this morning, Stephen.
So hopefully have more in the tank tonight.
Yeah, I think he was certainly holding back a fair bit. But, he's gone off pretty steadily, not overly fast. I'm sure he'll build this up throughout the race.
Yeah, the thing about 200 is it's not a sprint and it's not a distance, it's something in between, so you still have to have like the stamina for the second half, but you still need to go out, because if you hold back too much, then you know the rest of the race goes ahead.
And Evan now on the backstroke, just beginning to try and pull away. James Burnett's going pretty well in 2s, Stephen.
Yeah, very much using the backstroke there to his advantage.
James Burnett was the winner of the 400 IM, so no surprise to see
Well, Evan, national champion in this last year, 6 at the Geneva meet, and going extremely strongly now. James Burnett, Logan van der Meulen and Jack Docherty Simpson, along with Liam Gorzinski. They're thereabouts for possible medals, but at the moment the 2 red caps, Perth City, Wonder Bass looking good. Certainly this looks pretty good for Evan, Stephen.
Yeah, he just has to hold it in, have a good turn, and then get his head down for like a finish. You know, just have enough energy to be able to have like that last good length and keep his form.
James Burnett looks as though he's maybe done enough to get a silver. Conor Mitchell, Thomas Traynor, Jack Docherty Simpson over that far side with Logan van der Meulen. That might be the contest for the bronze. But it's 2 red caps, Perth City, Wonder Bass are certainly going to be 1-2 by some margin. Don't expect it to be quite as clear cut as this. But cracking time, I'm sure, for Evan here. Evan takes that, James Burnett in second. It's very, very tight for third place. Who's going to get it? Lane 5, I think, is Logan van der Meulen. It was the Stirling lad who got up to get that third place, but there we have Evan Davison. I think he's pretty pleased with himself.
Yeah, it looks it.
Yeah. 2:11.11. James will get 2:14.05. That's a good time for James, and Logan van der Meulen 2:17.37. just sneaks in to get third place. So we have our finalists now for our 18-year-old final. So we have in lane 0 from Geary, Ben McLaughlin. In 1 from Wonderbask, Michael Van Blerk. In lane 2, representing Dundee City Aquatics, is Travis Davey. In lane 3, representing Wonderbask Club, Brodie Gordon Gibson. In lane 4, from East Lothian Swim Team, Stephen Travis. In lane 5, representing East Lothian Swim Team, Luke Hornsey. In lane 6, representing City Glasgow, Robert Burgess. In lane 7, representing North from the Aberdeen Dolphins, is Tom Robertson. Midlothians, Finlay Davis goes in 8, and in 9, City Glasgow, Cameron Doran. Now there'll be strength and weaknesses in this one. Stephen Travis, Luke Hornsey, the two East Lothian lads qualified fastest, but we've got Robert Burgess, Brodie Gordon Gibson, Tom Robertson, and a few others. This has the makings, I think, of a cracker here, Stephen. This could be the race of tonight. We know Stephen Kravitz will go out really strongly on this butterfly section in 4 and make a statement, I'm sure, Stephen.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited for this one, actually, to see what happens. Yeah, like I said, I really like IM because of all the different changes that happen. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I keep saying for the second half, but you know, as a distance athlete, I always think about what is it that an athlete can bring to that second half as well.
Stephen and Brodie out strongly along with Tom Robertson, Robert Burgess, and Travis Davey a wee bit further back, and now in backstroke and Brodie and Stephen.
They've got very good smooth strokes there, which is really good. You know, it's good for conserving energy as well, I suppose. But it's great to see like really good technique with the backstroke back here.
Robert Burgess is really coming to it by some margin, not much between them, half a second. Stephen, Robert and Brodie Gordon Gibson, with Luke Hornsey with a wee bit to do. We know how good breaststroke Stephen is. He's a good all-rounder, and he has to be a good all-rounder because Robert Burgess is a very useful breaststroker here, Stephen.
Yeah, sneaking away at the back there. You know, as you said earlier, if you've got a lane, you've got an opportunity, so it doesn't necessarily have to be the middle lanes. So yeah, anything can happen. Anybody's got the chance.
Well, Stephen Kravitz is really motoring here. Robert Burgess and Finlay Davis, who won that 400, has come through from nowhere. Can he motor down the final stretch? He won the 400 by 300ths at the death. Well, it's Stephen. This is Stephen Kravitz show. Second place is very tight at the moment. Robert Burgess hanging on, and flying is Luke Hornsey. It's certainly going to be Stephen Kravitz. Who's going to get second? Robert Burgess at the moment. It's very tight. Robert Burgess, Luke Hornsey. Robert Burgess in over in 7. Is Finlay Davis just been touched out by Luke Hornsey. Well, I did think it was going to be a really exciting finish. It wasn't for gold. That was dominated by Stephen Kravitz there, Stephen. But what a race for a minor places.
Oh no, like I said, I was really excited about, yeah, that absolutely, you know, got my goosebumps going. It was great to see, like, there, especially on that last length as well, just people just digging in to see what happens. Yeah,
just hanging on, Robert, there. And he had to hang on another 2 or 3 metres, and I think both the other two boys would have gone past him. Yeah. So that concludes the IM. We do presentations. It's as it always has, swim 3 present 2, swim 2 present 3, and it's the 15s and 16 years who are ready. Brian Henry is there ready to do the honours again. Our 15-year-old bronze medalist from Perth City is Kenzie McLean, and in the 6-year-old category from Stirling Swimming is Logan van der Mullen. think that might well be the first podium for Logan. I'm not certain, but nice to see him on the podium. Silver medalist from Morpeth in the 50-year-old category is Jacob Light, and in the 60-year-old age category, silver medalist Jacob Burnett from Wonderbass. Gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion in the 50-year-old age group from Aberdeen Dolphins, Dean Fern. Gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion in the 60-year-old age group from Perth City, Evan Davison. Both very comfortable winners in that one, as it was with Stefan. And just get the lads over. Bronze medalist in the 17-18-year-old category from East Lothian swim team, Luke Hornsey. Silver medalist from City of Glasgow is Robert Burgess, City of Glasgow. Gold medalist, Scottish National Age Group champion in that 17-18 age group from the East Lothian swim team, Stefan Kravis.
Well done, boys.
Good exciting swimming to get us underway already, Stephen, and it's been like that throughout the 5 days. I think you joined us on Friday. You came up around Friday, or were you here on Wednesday?
I was here yesterday and today.
Yesterday and today, yeah.
Shouldn't be surprised, but coming out the water a bit breathless after you've just raced, but it's great to see them still smiling, and happy. Pleased with them.
So this is 200 freestyle we move on to. This is the 11:30-year-olds. Bess Hayden Holmes goes in lane 1. From 1, Glenn Rothas, Amelia Burrow. In lane 2, from City of Glasgow, Daisy Goldie. In lane 3, from Dumfries, Amber Hinton. In lane 4, from Heart of Midlothian, Lily Mundell. In lane 5, from City of Glasgow, Alice Harper. In lane 6, from City of Glasgow, Caitlin Morton. In lane 7, from Carnegie, Freya Keeling. In lane 8, from South Lanarkshire, Casey Dixon. And in lane 9, from North Ayrshire, Evie Chan. Well, hopefully she's recovered. The girl in lane 7 from Carnegie, Freya Keeling, surpassed I think most people's expectations, bringing Carnegie home in the 11-13-year-old girls freestyle to get a silver medal from absolutely nowhere in the death. So we'll wish her good luck along with all the girls. Lily Mundell is going for number 3. She's got the 50, she's got the 100, she's got the fastest time from an earlier heat, not a seeded heat, and she took 8 seconds off that time to get into the final. I think she'll go sub 220 in this, Stephen. That's my view. I'll stick with it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So got off to a good start in lane 4 already, Stephen. This one that you'll enjoy, being a good freestyler yourself.
I've done a fair few 200 freestyles in my time, but it's great to see a good start, the first length. That's what I said earlier. It's like just being excited and going for it.
Yep.
Sometimes you just have to go off the adrenaline and then see what happens.
Well, she's really off to a flyer. 31:35, 30:37. She's gone a second faster. So at halfway, she was 1:08:29. We'll see where she is, but the rest of the field all fairly tightly bunched. So at this early stage, you kind of think the Hartsgill looks pretty strong. Alice Harper from an outside lane came through with the second fastest time. It's anybody's at the moment at 1:05:04.
I know, that's really good.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. And just holding it in there, going out really hard and then just maintaining that for the second half. And the other swimmers as well, pushing through as well. Good contention for the silver and bronze. It could be anyone's game, depending on the last length.
Well, she's maybe slowing down a wee bit, but still going very strongly as Lillette. 145.38 she was.
Roughly the same as it was.
Well, I think I'm pretty safe at sub 220, and some of them also might get under 220. Alice Harper, Daisy Gilday, Amber Hinton. Well, can the Dumfries girl maybe get past and get a bronze? I think she's will relish the distance that she's got to stretch. She's already gold medalist on the, I think, 800. But Lily Mundell has got this one nailed. Alice Harper hanging on to second at the moment. Very tight for that silver medal. The Hearts girl, Lily Mundell, takes this. Who's going to get second? It's the Dumfries girl. Who gets it? Oh, did she? It was, very tight. I thought she just about got there. 300s, Alice Harper hanging on at the death. Well, there we have the time, 2:17.87. And flying at the death was Amber Hinton. She just couldn't quite get there. Alice Harper hanging on to take second. Well done, Alice. Also under 220 and 2:19.88. Another great race, Stephen.
I was just about to say, great race across the board. And top 3 under 220 there. That's very impressive.
Yeah, fantastic. And Lily Mundell, hat-trick of victories in the freestyle. So our 14-year-old girls now make their way poolside. So the Glasgow girls got the war paint on again in lane 0. Ella Cullingham goes in 0. In 1 from the East Lothian swim team, Lucy Hall. In 2, representing Aberdeen Performance, is Emmy Aiken. In lane 3 from Hamilton Aquatics is Sadie Llewellyn. In 4 from South Lanarkshire, Evie Mackey. In 5, Wanda Bass, Kate Nolan. In 6, East Lothian swim team, Zara Kravis. In 7, Dumfries is Molly Irvin Watson. In lane 8, from City Glasgow is Anna Campbell, and in 9, Daisy McInnes is representing the City of Glasgow. So again, this one, this could go anywhere. Zara Kravis led the East Lothian swim team off very strongly in the 4x200 this morning, and made a big statement. Everybody had to try and catch them, and they managed to get a silver from lane 6. So she's in lane 6 again. But, she'll have her work cut out. She's got Kate Nolan, Evie Mackey, Sophie Llewellyn, and Emmy Aiken to contend with. Sadie Llewellyn, fastest coming into this. She is a Scot, by the way. And that orange cap in lane 3. But, Sarah Carver's off to a good start here, Stephen, in lane 6.
Yeah, very much so. I guess when you do your races, it's also working with your competitors as well. You know, seeing like who's making moves when. Some swimmers go out hard, and it's about keeping that race plan. You know, sticking with the plan and like your strengths for the race. But a good start from lane 6 there. Yeah, conventionally it's the middle lanes, but there's always like the second half to go as well.
Coming through strongly is Evie Mackey in 4, which we expect over in 8. Anna Campbell, City Glasgow was there or thereabouts, maybe just dropping down a wee bit, but Sarah Kravitz going pretty strongly still, Stephen.
Yeah, again, like you're in the final, you've got a chance, you've got a lane. It can be anybody's game, as you said.
Well, she went out strongly, as I say, in that medley, so the 4x200 free, and she's really stormed this one. It's a big ask for anyone to claw this back now, Stephen, I think.
No, it's very controlled at the front there. I'd say it's a very well paced race. Yeah, absolutely, just holding it at the front there. Imagine there'll be stuff in the tank for the last length as well, and the rest of the field as well, you know, for silver and bronze. And then, you know, depending on that last length, there could be a change in place for bronze maybe.
You can see Evie Mackey in second, also looks fairly controlled in second place, doing probably what she needs to do to ensure a silver medal, Stephen.
Yeah, very much so. Keeping that good technique, good pacing. You know, it's 4 lengths. You want good 4 lengths rather than, you know, one amazing one and then, you know, other ones that might come off, but then coming to the finish now.
In lane 2.
Yeah,
Strong
exactly.
finish.
Coming through now. No, well paced. See what happens the last 5.
Zara Kravitz has totally dominated. What a time, 2:07.74. Well, where did she find that? 2:07.74. Evie Mackey 2:13.84, and as we saw, Emmy Aiken was finishing strongest of the rest, 33.89. She left plenty in the tank. Maybe tactically she felt maybe she couldn't get anywhere near those two and didn't panic. That's probably another skill that you've got to develop, Stephen.
That's just one of those ones of sticking with your race plan. You know, it's your race plan and you have confidence in it, and it's just having the confidence to stick with it. But yeah, really exciting race there.
So well done to Zara. Lane 0 disqualification in that last final for a technical infraction. So Sarah, Evie and Emmy. So we move on to our final for us 15-year-olds. In lane 0 from South Lanarkshire is Katie Towers. In lane 1 from Wanda Bass Club is Alice Perry. In lane 2 from Swim West Lothian, Natalie Moody. In lane 3 from Wanda Bass Club, Kiana Kurtza. In lane 4 from Wanda Bass Club is Phoebe Arbuckle. In lane 5, my apologies, Stirling Swimming's Coco Coxford. Now in lane 6, Hatter Midlothian's Layla Weatherspoon. In lane 7 from City Glasgow, Alice Cumming. In lane 8 from City Glasgow, Freya Beaton. And in lane 9 from Perth City, Amelia McLeod. This the girls' 15-year-old 200 metres freestyle final. And Phoebe Arbuckle will probably be the fancy in this one, but Coco Coxford from Stirling Swimming has been swimming very well over the 5 days as well in a wide variety of events. This could go. This could be a pretty close one again.
Tell you the winner of the 400, 800 and 1500 freestyle goes in lane 4, Phoebe Arbuckle. Can she make it the quadruple with the 200 freestyle, or can Coco Croxford?
Phoebe Arbuckle
in all 3 of those events get her
just
back.
possibly the early leader here, Stephen, but there's not a lot in it at this early stage.
Yeah.
Phoebe Arbuckle, Coco Coxford.
I was just thinking after the dive there, they were all pretty even off that, and you know, going into the first wall there, you know, could be anybody's game.
Yeah.
Francis to the 50-metre mark.
Layla Weatherspoon, the heart swimmer, in 6 has gone off strongly as well to try and get herself in a position to maybe get a medal. But you can see the strength Phoebe Arbuckle has here.
Coming into the
Very strong freestyler, and dominates all the distance events. And this isn't a distance event by any means. I know that distance was your big 40, and but you could still mix it pretty well at 200.
Yeah, if you can do 1500, you can do the other events as well, and you just have the confidence to know it's like only a fraction of your main event. And yeah, it's great to see like when swimmers have that variety, they can do the bigger distances and the shorter ones as well.
And Phoebe's looking so she's got this one pretty well nailed on. Second place at the moment. Coco Coxford doing pretty well in second here, Stephen.
It'll be interesting to see how the turn goes, but yeah, it's just seeing what the other competitors are doing, but sticking with your strengths, sticking with your plan.
And Kiana Cox and Fee also hanging in there as well, Stephen.
And looking to start driving the legs home here as we're into the final 20.
Trying to claw back on Coco. At the moment, this is probably very much on form, lanes 4, 5, 3, as we would expect with this one. Phoebe Arbuckle has this one pretty well nailed on. Coco Coxford is just going to hang on to take second by maybe about half a body length. Phoebe Arbuckle 2:08.63, good swim from her. Coco Coxford 2:11.28. Kiana Kurtza takes the bronze for Wanda Bass.
Some really good finals.
into 11.95. So pretty solid swim. A wee bit slower than Sarah Kravitz, but different age groups, and I don't think she pushed herself too much. Just did enough there, Stephen.
Yeah, it's a long week. Lots of racing for these athletes, and it's one of those ones of just making sure you got enough in the tank for the other events as well.
So again, medal presentations will be up and coming in just a wee moment.
Doris Mayer, past president of SASA from 2010. Big hand for Doris. Just wait to get the results up.
So Doris Mayer, I think, is doing her presentations.
So our bronze medalists in the 11 to 13 year old.
So this is 11, 13 year old
Amber Hinton.
Bronze medalist from Dumfries, Amber Hinton.
And
bronze medalist in the 40-year-old age category, University of Aberdeen performances, Emmy Aiken.
Our
Silver medalist in the 11, 13-year-old age group category from City of Glasgow is Alice Harper. Silver medalist in the 14-year-old category from South Lanarkshire is Evie Mackey. And we move on to the gold medalist and the Scottish National Age Group champion in the 11, 13-year-old category from Harter Midlothian, Lily Mundell. Well done, Lily. Oops, gold medalist in the 14-year-old age group category, a Scottish National Age Group champion from East Lothian Swim Team, Zara Kravis.
And the last thing we have to award is the Shark Trophy. This is from yesterday, the girls 11 to 13, 200 metres IM. The winner of the trophy was Lily Mundell.
Mundell gets presented with the Sharp Trophy for winning the 200 metres individual medley. Well done to Lily. So we move on to our 16-year-old finalists. Making our way poolside. Let's say it was fast and furious. Little time to draw breath, Stephen. So our 6-year finalist in 0 from City Glasgow, Heidi Wren. In lane 1 from Glenmouth is Ella Pullman. In lane 2 from Wonderbass is Rosie Forster. In lane 3 from Stirling Swimming, Susie McNair. In lane 4 from Perth City, Catherine Renfrew. In lane number 5 from the Wonderbass Club is Ashley Drake. In lane 6 from Swim IT is Mia McLeod. In lane 7 from Harter Midlothian is Orla McInnes. In lane 8 from East Lothian Swim Team is Tegan Black. And in lane 9 from First, Caitlin Frame. Well, I'm going to have to keep my eye open for Susie McNair because when she's in the middle lanes, no issues, you spot her, but she's rolled in with silvers and bronzes from lanes 1 and 0, so I do think she's got an excellent chance of maybe upsetting the swimmers in 4 and 5, Catherine Renfrew and Ashley Drake. This will be another special one to look forward to, Stephen. Well, on entry times, Catherine Renfrew went at the summer meet last year. Can she prevail in this one? Susan McNair will, I'm sure, have something to say, but you also have Ashley Drake. That's pretty level pegging at the first 50, Stephen.
Yeah, very much so. Across the whole field, actually. It's just one big line. Which just makes it more interesting for me, I suppose, because it just could be anybody's game, you know.
Tegan Black over the far side has gone off pretty well. But, well, the 4 in the middle lanes, 3 to 6, coming through strongly now in the second half, Stephen.
It's interesting to see, like, you know, that good technique and, you know, what we call easy speed is when swimmers can swim fast, but they don't look like they're swimming fast. It's just that conserving of energy, and then by the last 50, you can see them really going up to that 6th gear and seeing what happens in the second half where people start to make their moves.
Well, Susie McNair was third and out the turn. She's picked up really good turn from Susie there, Stephen.
Yeah, just using that distance per stroke, seeing like what the field's doing both sides, but just trying to extend that lead at the front.
Well, this looks promising for Susie. She is stronger the longer the race goes on, and at the moment no one has any answers to Susie McNair, Stephen.
Yeah, just head down and see what happens, you know. That distance per stroke, seeing where the competitors are, but at this point you just need to get your head down and get your hand to the wall.
Catherine Renfrew making a late surge to try and get close and maybe at least a silver, but Susie McNair has this one wrapped up very close for second. It's going to be Catherine Renfrew just getting second. Another good race, Stephen.
I know, another fast 1, 2, 3 from the heats, the progressions, but across the board as well. Like a lot of good progressions from the heats. It's great to see.
And there's your winner, Susie McNair, 2:08.23, second faster than Catherine Renfrew. Had a cracking swim as well, 2:09. And from lane 6, Ian McLeod will get on the podium. So our final 200 for this evening, coming poolside in lane 0 from Heart of Midlothian, Holly McGill. In lane 1 from City Glasgow is Ella Stevenson. In lane 2 from City Glasgow is Amy Shields. In lane 3 from University of Aberdeen Performance, Mary Mishenko. In lane 4 from Warner Pass Club, Natasha Simpson. In lane 5 from City Glasgow, Drew McKenzie. In lane 6 from Perth City, Elias Cousins. In lane 7 from Stirling Swimming, Isabel Wood. In lane 8, also from Stirling Swimming, Cara Gordon. And in lane 9 from Faulthouse Penguins, Jessica Heaps. Well, Natasha Simpson 2:09.66, Drew McKenzie 2:09.74. But Drew McKenzie, I think Stephen was saving a fair wee bit. Some of these swimmers, as we mentioned, have done it for quite some time, and they know what they've got to do in the heats to qualify. And that's like Susan McNair in the previous one. She was third fastest coming in and won it pretty comfortably. But Drew McKenzie has the fastest time coming into the meet. Second recently at the British Championships in the junior final, and she did a 2:04.20 in that. She's coming to the meet at 2:04.95 at level at the moment, but we know that Drew McKenzie had a very strong finish, and it's looking pretty tight at the first 50 as it did with the previous final.
It'd be good for these swimmers when they see like what's happened in the previous finals as well, because it's like that kind of benchmark. It's kind of like, oh, all right, so that's the fastest time. I want to be even faster than that when it comes to my race. So especially like as the older athletes as well, you know, they've had the experience, they've done this for a few years now, and then they want to like really have a go with it and see what happens in the final.
Drew McKenzie now coming through just to head Natasha Simpson at halfway. Well, she's got half a second or so advantage. Mary Mishenko and Isabel Wood third and fourth. Drew McKenzie looking as though she's want to pull away here, Stephen.
Yeah, with these swimmers as well, working with their home programs and their coaches, you know, working on that technique over the years, and then like putting it in the competition at this age, you know, just all that hard work paying off, you know, like the good technique, going into the walls, all the wee things that make it like all like give you the outcome you want at the end.
Well, Drew McKenzie at the moment still looks pretty strong. She's got plenty in the tank, getting the arms over. And at this section, getting the legs going really strongly, is that the key thing down the last 15 metres or so?
Just everything you've got, yeah.
Andrew McKenzie is going to get the job done. Natasha Simpson will have to settle for second, and Yeremyshenko will get herself on the podium with her third. Oh, pretty good time, 2:05.89, not fast on her entry time coming into the meet, but she'll be pretty satisfied with that, I'm sure, Stephen.
Yeah, like I said, like with a 5-day meet, you know, it's trying to keep that same mentality of day one, even on the last day, you know, and keeping that kind of hunger for doing your best and enjoying it. So it'll take its toll, but hopefully the adrenaline just keeps these swimmers riding high on it.
So back to medal presentations. This is the 15 and 16-year-old girls who are there for those presentations. The bronze medalist in the 15-year-old category from the Warner Bass Club is Kiana Kurtzer. And the bronze medalist in the 6-year-old category from swimming is Mia McLeod. Mia's delighted to get on the podium and get that bronze. Bronze medalist in the 15-year-old category, Stirling Swims, Coca Croxford.
Silver medalist in the 16-year-olds.
Silver medalist from Perth City. Our silver medalist is Catherine Renfrew. The gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion in the 15-year-old age group category from Warner Bass Club, Phoebe Arbuckle. It's getting a habit for Phoebe to get up there on a freestyle. In the 16-year-old category, a Scottish National Age Group champion from Stirling Swim, Susie McNear. And she's a very good all-rounder, Stephen. Butterfly, backstroke, freestyle, and even her breaststroke has improved significantly, which is great to see. Her IM's really coming on leaps and bounds as well. Bronze medalist in the 17-18-year-old category from Aberdeen Performance, Aberdeen Performance is Mary Mishenko. Silver medalist from the Warner Bass Clubs, Natasha Simpson. And the gold medalist in the 17-18-year-old category, Scottish National Age Group champion from City Glasgow is Drew McKenzie.
Very well done, girls.
Pretty solid swims from all these girls, Stephen.
Oh, it's great to see them so happy. I do like it that they, they do the clapping afterwards. That camaraderie between each of the athletes, I love that.
You can see a big smile on Natasha Simpson's face, just delighted to be there, and the hugs, and it's lovely to see that, as you say, Stephen. The camaraderie from all of the swimmers there. So we move down to 100 freestyle now. We're back to the boys. This is the 11-13-year-olds. In lane 0 from Warner Bass is Rurivik. In lane 1 from City Glasgow, Aaron Machin. In lane 2 from Glenrothes is Alex Holmes. In lane 3 from Darlington is Harry Whitfield. Back again in 4 from City Glasgow, Nikolai Sisnet. In 5 from Highland 17, Nebi Sengwilia. In lane 6 from Hamilton Aquatics, Mustafa Mergabi. In lane 7 from Anik Dolphins is Sandy Brown. In lane 8 from Kintyre, Angus Woods. And in lane 9 from Aberdeen Dolphins is Harry Cook. Again, some of these boys don't get much respite. They're back again after swimming earlier on. Nikolai Sisnet, Anna Machin. I think Angus Woods might be back again. Quite a few of them. We'll just get on with it and no doubt do some more PBs. Nikolai 101.01. Can he get close to that magic minute mark?
Neri Sanguella at 101.45. Well, this might be a wee bit tighter. Good start in lane 4 though. And the tactics just go out and blast it, is it?
Yeah, pretty much. Although you can still treat every race as like 4 quarters, even 50 freestyle. But yeah, just want to make sure you have that good pacing, like so you've got the last 25 meters. You can really get your head down and get your hand on the wall.
Well, Mr. Mugabe in 6, but lovely turn there in 4.
Oh, very strong swim. Just holding it there and bringing the legs in more, keeping that good distance per stroke. And the other swimmers coming through as well. Even making some ground here.
And Mustafa is hanging on for silver, and Neri Seguela coming through in 5 to challenge. It's Neri Seguela probably getting up, or is he getting? It's tight. Neri, I think, maybe just got that second touch. Nikolai Sisnet, well, I did wonder where he'd get under there at the minute, and he did 59.43 and he's only 13.
I'm sure he's delighted with that time.
Oh, what a swim. Neri Sanguella from the Highland Swim Team. Nice to see Highland Swim Team getting on the podium tonight. Taking second, Mustafa Mugrabi in 3rd place. Now our 14-year-old finalists making their way poolside.
In lane 0 from Uni of Aberdeen Performance, Matthew Pyatek. In lane 1 from Perth City, Finlay Bruce.
Lane 0 from University of Aberdeen Performance, Matthew Pyatek. In 1 from Perth City is Finlay Bruce. In lane 2 from Carnegie, James Kilpatrick. In lane 3 from Stirling Swimming, Lachlan Small. In lane 4 from Hamilton Aquatic, Zane Sala. In lane 5 from Highland Swim Team, Callum Stewart. In lane 6 from East Lothian Swim Team, Conor Aspinall. In lane 7 from Perth City's Callum Mackenzie. In lane 8 from South Ayrshire, Kyle Harper. And in lane 9 from South Aberdeenshire, Owen Beacon. Well, already had Conor Aspinall winning the 800 earlier today. Quite an impressive time, 9:11 it was. Took 10 seconds of his entry time. I'm sure he'll be fresh as a daisy for this one. He's got every chance in lane 6, but he's got the Hamilton Aquatic swimmer, Zane Sala, who went 58.35. Sorry, 57.50, 58.35. Callum Stewart, Lachlan Small in 3, a wee bit off the pace. Pretty level lanes 4, 5 and 6 at the moment, Stephen.
Yeah, it's interesting to see like the first 25, you know, where before I say, oh, you need to have the back end, which you still do, but then again, it's like even just having that quick reaction time off the balk and then the good fly kick underwater coming into the stroke, just off the turn there. You know, it's really important that you nail that turn, even for 100.
And Zane Sala now on the shoulder of Callum Stewart, and there's a little between them. Zane Sala, is he that little bit stronger down the final stretch? There's nothing in it. Sala and Stewart, Zane Sala and Stewart, and finishing like a train. Lachlan Small is 4.53, I think, or 4.35 it was. Zane Sala just taking up. Well, that certainly has been the race of this evening. Zane Sala just hanging on. Yeah, wow. We look up to say, did I manage to get that one? 56.44. And Lachlan Small, I did say that he'd gone off very slowly. Left plenty in the tank. Just couldn't quite nail it. 55.48. Callum Stewart 55.63. Great race, lads. So we move on to our 15-year-old finalists. In lane 0 from Dumfries we have Rhys Edwards. In lane 1 from South Ayrshire, Lewis Gibson. In lane 2 from Stirling Swimming is Alex Stitch. In lane 3 from University of Aberdeen Performance, Cameron Hastings. In lane number 4 from Perth City, Jensen Norris. In lane 5 from Wander Bass Club is Harry Sharp. In lane 6 from East Lothian Swim Team, Ross Anderton. In lane 7 from Mulgern-based End, Callum MacArthur. In lane 8 from Perth City, Kenzie McLean. And in lane 9 from Steprock, Sam Cool. It's the boys 15-year-old 100 freestyle final. Now Jensen Norris 56-34. Sorry, 56-23. Harry Sharp 56-34. A little between them in the heats. And we'll see how this one goes. Another tight one on the heats this morning. And pretty level start there, Stephen.
Yeah, again, like with that dive as well. I mean, it's just a lot of, well, it looks like a lot of splashing from above, but it's all that power underneath the water as well. Like holding that good technique and the fast breath. When I did hundreds, because I used to do 1500s, I thought I should breathe every 7 and that would be good for me. But you know, you need to have that oxygen, so you can do the second half as well.
Harry Sharp, Jensen Norris, Cameron Hastings off the turn. Those three just beginning to pull away from the rest. That's where the medals are. It's the wonder swimmer Harry Sharp, but he's getting chased by Jensen Norris. Harry Sharp, Jensen Norris and Cameron Hastings. It's Sharp, Norris, Hastings. That's going to be the finish order. Harry Sharp, Jensen Norris, Cameron Hastings, 53.98. Jensen Norris 54.63. Cameron Hastings 55.40. Well, cracking swims, all much faster than that. 53.98 for Harry Sharp. That was some swim there, Stephen.
Seeing how competitive they are as well, you know, and even like handshakes there at the end. Yeah. You know, they're all like they all want to be at the top, but you know, only one can have it. But it's just like, you know, using each other, and you know, these athletes will be swimming with each other for years, and then like years to come as well. Yeah.
Presenting these medals will be Reverend Dr. Don Hawthorne, past president of SASA from 1983. Big hand for Don.
So medal presentations for the 11, 13-year-old and 14-year-olds. Bronze medalist in 11, 13-year-old category from Hamilton Aquatics, Mustafa McGraby. Bronze medalist in the 14-year-old category from the Highland swim team, Callum Stewart. Silver medalist in that 11, 13-year-old category, also from the Highland swim team, Navy Singular. Silver medalist in that 14-year-old category from Stirling Swim is Lachlan Small. The gold medalist in the 11, 13-year-old age group category and a Scottish National Age Group champion, a sub-minute from City Glasgow, Nikolai Cisnet. A gold medalist from Hamilton Aquatics is Zane Salah. Second gold, I think, tonight for Zane. And a 14-year-old Scottish National Age Group champion is Stirling's Lachlan Small. Again, because Zane is a non-Scot. I don't think Zane will be too upset with that, having a good chat with the lads. So the usual photo shoot, Stephen, I'm sure you had plenty of them in your day.
Some, yeah. But yeah, no. Yeah. Well, it's great to see them like all happy, but then it's get the job done and then what's next, kind of thing.
Yeah. So again, swimmers back poolside in lane 0 from Monifeef, Liam Gorzinski. In lane 1 from South Aberdeenshire, Torren Liversidge. In lane 2 from Stirling Swimming, Morgan Vaden Mullen. In lane 3 from Seagulls is Edward Bell. In lane 4 from Perth City, Evan Davidson. In 5 from East Lothian Swim Team, Zach Slater. In 6 from Ren 96, Magnus Morris. In 7 from Mulgan Bearsden, Ben King. In 7 from University of Aberdeen Performance, Lucas Johnson. And in lane 9 from Aberdeen Dolphins is Callum Gold. This is the final of the 16-year-old 100 metres freestyle. Well, again, swimmers back in the pool, and I'm sure something like Logan Van der Moel in lane 2, having got a bronze, will give him plenty of adrenaline, and we'll see how he goes in this one from a lane that you wouldn't expect a medal, but having got one, you want another one. Evan Davidson, 52.83. Again, the Perth lads should dominate this one, Stephen. He's off pretty strongly.
Yeah, using your strength again with that dive. You know, for all these athletes, this might be, they might have done multiple finals this competition, so it's just about, like, you know, keeping, you know, the focus even in this day 5, and just like still enjoying it, you know. And who's still got that mentality to keep at it even on day 5? It's a very strong swim now, you know.
Got pretty well either side of him. Zach Slater, Edward Bell in 5 and 3. Not much for silver and gold, bronze, but Evan Davison's got this one. It looks as though it might just be Zach Slater in 5, just hanging on there from Edward Bell. That's how it went. Good swims from the other two. 53s, 52.40, good solid swim from Evan. Second, Zach Slater, 53.92 and 54.32 for Edward Bell. And as we suspected, they went a lot faster in the final from the heats. So this is the last 100 that we look forward to. Again, this has the makings of another cracker. In lane 0, representing Wonderbath, Sidar Gullen. In lane 1 from Elgin is Lucas Brown. In lane 2 from East Lothian Swim Team, Stefan Kravis. In lane 3 from South Aberdeenshire is William Storer. In lane 4 from Aberdeen Dolphins is Finlay Clubb. In lane 5 from Wonderbath Club is Brodie Gordon Gibson. In lane 6 from Aberdeen Dolphins is Tom Robertson. In lane 7 from East Lothian Swim Team, Callum Peebles. And in 8 from Wonderbath Club, Ewan Beattie. And in 9 from South Lanarkshire, Scott Fleming. All of these guys have been here, done it before. We're going to do it again tonight. Brodie Gordon Gibson, Finlay Clubb, the two fastest getting into this, but we know how good Stefan Kravis is. Lane 2, William Storer and Tom Robertson in lane 6. This could go anywhere. Well, it's a strong start from the whole field all over here, Stephen.
Yeah, it could be anyone's game. It could from the top or from the bottom. You know, really strong kicking from everybody here. You know, using that distance per stroke as well.
Callum Peebles off really strong in lane 7. It's East Lothian, Stefan and Callum with a statement. It's very, very tight at the moment, Steve.
Yeah, it can all happen on that last hand touch, you know, the last 5 metres, see what happens.
Stefan Kravis, I think, is holding on here, but just holding on. Finlay Clubb, Brodie Gordon Gibson for the minor place, and Brodie Gordon Gibson for silver, and Finlay Clubb for bronze at Stefan, 52.18. I don't think anybody would be too surprised at that, even from lane 2. He was the other lane. That was the main thing. And I got the job done from lane 2.
For the medal presentations for the boys 15 to 18-year-old.
Yeah, again, if you got a lane, you've got an opportunity. And some swimmers might be thinking of who's going to be the favourite, and others are just keeping it cool, keep to their race plan. But it's great to see it executed as well.
Yeah. And for some of these guys, they don't necessarily worry, I suppose, from what they do in the heats, as long as they've swum reasonably well and they know that they're going to be in a final, they've got a chance. So a medal presentation again. This is the 15 and 16-year-old lads who are up there. So our 50-year-old bronze medalist representing University of Aberdeen Performance is Cameron Hastings. And the bronze medalist in the 60-year-old category from Seagulls is Edward Bell. Edward, a Scot who comes up here regularly. Good to see our English base swimmers coming up and competing.
From Perth City, Jensen Norris.
Silver medalist in that 15-year-old category from Perth City is Jensen Norris, and in the 16-year-old age group category from East Lothian's Zach Slater. In the 15-year-old age group, Scottish national age group champion from Wonderbass is Harry Sharp. And our Scottish national age group champion, our gold medalist in the 6-year-old category from Perth City, Evan Davidson. The swimmers that have just concluded that last race, making their way over. Bronze medalist in that 17-18-year-old category, Aberdeen Dolphins, Finlay Club. Silver medalist.
And your silver medal winner from Wonderbass, Brodie Gordon Gibson.
Is Brodie Gordon Gibson from Wonderbass. Well, if you can't get gold, Neil silver, and he did that pretty well, Stephen. Gold medalist and Scottish national age group champion in the 17-18-year-old category, East Lothian swim teams, Stefan Kravis. Old number 2 for the evening for Stefan.
That concludes that medal presentation. Well done, boys.
Jensen Norris looks especially pleased at being on the podium there, Stephen.
Yeah, it's like, person gets gold, but like just to get a medal in the first place, But then like all the other swimmers in the final as well, it's like be pleased with like how they do with their PVs or getting closer to like their season best. Yeah. So it's just great to see like happy faces all around.
Yeah. So we're now to breaststroke. Things slow down a wee bit. Blackpool Aquatics, Holly Warburton goes in lane 0. In 1 from Wonderbass is Rosie Stutchfield. In lane 2 from Ren 96, Abigail Fagan. In lane 3 from Perth City, Ella Thompson. In lane 4 from Aberdeen Dolphins, Madison Christophorus. In lane 5 from Heart of Midlothian, back again, Lily Mendel. In lane 6 from Glenrothes, Amelia Burrell. In lane 7 from South Ayrshire is Lauren Cantley from South Aberdeenshire, Abby Coventry in 8 from Morpeth, and in 9 from Inverclyde, Honor McCarty. Now Lily Mendel showing her versatility, having in a freestyle. She wants to have a go at breaststroke and was second fastest coming into this. Madison Christophorus 1:21.92 is on paper a second or so advantage over the rest of the field. She looked quite impressive this afternoon in the earlier heats.
So fastest from the heats was
so off the start, and is a good start from Madison. Lily Mendel well there, along with Ella Thompson in 3, pretty tight at 30-35 metres. Stephen?
I have a lot of respect for breaststroke because it wasn't my forte at all, but just getting that good distance per stroke, it's so impressive to see. They have the different techniques with breaststroke, but it's just getting that distance per stroke and that good length.
Ella Thompson, Madison Christoph was separated by just a fraction, but a slightly better turn for Madison. And as you say, different styles, some are a faster stroke, some of it's more a glide, as we have in lane 5, but faster strokes from both girls. Madison getting the work at Ella is really getting the bit between her teeth, very little between the two. I think Madison is still going to hang on though, inside the final few metres. Madison Christopher is just hanging on at the death. Who's going to get this? Madison just hangs on, I think, to get it. Ella, and far side Honor McCarty, 1:22.57 from Inverclyde. Nails a bronze, Stephen.
Yeah, it's just having that opportunity. You got a lane, you got an opportunity, and absolutely took it there. So close there. Sometimes it's just getting that good finish at the end. No, a very good race for the gold there and the bronze there.
We don't get a replay of that, but Madison was virtually having to glide in to hope that she'd held on. She just did that at the end there, Stephen, very tight. So this is our 14-year-olds, and N0, Emma Binney representing North Ayrshire, N1 representing Incas is Leona Bredborough, N2 representing University of Aberdeen Performance, Jessica Kirkwood, N3 representing South Lanarkshire, Eve Mackey, N4 representing Sevenoaks, Imogen Miles, N4, N5 rather, representing East Lothian Swim Team, Zara Kravitz, N6 representing the Highland Swim Team, Eva Robertson, N7 representing City of Glasgow is Eva Ross, in lane 8 representing City of Glasgow, Daisy McInnes, and in lane 9 representing Aberdeen Amateurs, Lexi Lamont. Now, we did mention earlier on a young lady from Sevenoaks, Imogen Miles. We were talking about this earlier before we came on live stream. 1:13.64, almost unheard of for a 14-year-old to do that. But she was very impressive in the heats doing that today. We'll see how she goes in today's final. Surprise me if she goes a wee bit faster than that. 1:13.40 was her entry time from winner at the Kent meet. And a good start from Zara Kravitz in lane 4, but she's now already being overhauled.
Yeah, very strong start there from lane 4, and as you say, with a time that fast, it's going to be her race pretty much. It could be anyone's for the silver. It's very even, so far across the board there.
Well, out very strongly, very similar to what she did earlier on. 34.34. Eva Robertson, Zara Kravitz almost together for second place. Well, let's see how far she can go away. That's what I'm expecting, Stephen.
Yeah, she's holding on. It's a very controlled race. Just been, the same each quarter of the race, which is great to see, and should have good finishing up in the last 15 metres.
Zara Kravitz has nailed second, and that's the best she's going to have to do. Well, she's got gold well within her reach. 1:13.24. Zara Kravitz second, and Evie Mackey just sneaks in ahead of Eva Robertson to take third. She made it look pretty easy, didn't she, Stephen?
Yeah, no, that was a solid swim. No, great to see. I'm very happy with that.
Good to see Zara congratulating Imogen. And Imogen, we're pleased to see, represents Scotland. She's based in Kent, but is a Scot. So she will be our national champion. So on to our 15-year-olds, making away poolside. In lane 0, representing Glenoffice is Sophie Curlers. In lane 1, representing Kintyre, Niamh Quinn. In lane 2, representing South Lanarkshire is Katie Towers. In lane 3, representing City of Glasgow, Madeline Patterson. In lane 4, representing Morpeth, Serin Talentire. In lane 5, representing City Glasgow, Ellie Kennedy. In lane 7, representing Midlothian, Sydney Boyd. In lane number 8, representing Dundee City Aquatics, Isla Murray. And in lane 9, representing first is Victoria Weir. This is the girls' 15-year-old breaststroke final. And Serin Talentine from Morpeth, which has already got a few medals on backstroke, and she was the fastest qualifier coming into this. Time of 1:14.85 coming into the meet, which she did at the Northumberland and District meet earlier. But she came into this on a 1:15.19, maybe holding something back. Pretty mature swimmer for 15, Stephen.
Yeah, very much so. Again, it's just like leaning into your strengths. It's great to see swimmers that can do multiple strokes. There's always, if you're good at one stroke, you should be good at another certain stroke, but sometimes swimmers that just have 2 strokes in particular that they're really good at.
Ellie Kennedy going pretty well in lane 5. Pretty tight for third, Madeline Patterson just ahead of Sophie Carruthers. Serin Talentine, 35.44. I think she'll now make a move, Stephen.
That's the most exciting part of the race for me, is the last bit. Who's got that 6th gear, who's got that second win. And then a few other swimmers are like pulling ahead now in the last 25. So interesting to see like how they do compared to the times from the heats.
Well, this is almost the forum. Serin Talentine, Ellie Kennedy, Madeline Patterson. It's lanes 4, 5 and 3. Pretty comfortable win at the end of the day. Bit slower, 1:16.02 for Serin. Ellie Kennedy, 1:16.19, 1:20 dead. Well, pretty pleased with herself, I'm sure she is. And again, you get that hug. That's what we always see in the pool, the high fives or whatever, and great to see. Nice to see Serin coming up to the meet. She did pretty well at the short course, Stephen, as a 14-year-old. Very impressive swims, making finals and everything. So hopefully see her back up at some of her national meets later in the year. So medal presentations again.
Your bronze medal winner in the 11 to 13-year-old age category from Inverclyde.
It's that Inverclyde top that we love to see. Orla McCarty, Inverclyde, our bronze medalist from lane 9 in the 11-13-year-old category, and in the 40-year-old age group category, South Lanarkshire's Evie Mackey.
Your silver medal winner in the 11 to 13-year-old from
11 to 30-year-old silver medalist Ella Thompson from Perth City, and the silver medalist from East Lothian is Zara Kravis in that 40-year-old category. Another happy girl there. And the 11-13-year-old category, our gold medalist and Scottish National League Group champion from Aberdeen Dolphins is Madison Christophorus. And the 14-year-old category, our Scottish National Age Group champion is Imogen Miles is our Scottish is a gold medalist, but Zara Kravitz is the Scottish National Age Group champion. Again, the 7-note swimmer Imogen Miles in this case is a non-Scot, unlike the winner of that last race. So the earlier race, we have a swimmer from Seven Oaks. So moving on very, very swiftly again to our 16-year-olds. Strong Fancy will be the two South Ayrshire girls in the middle lanes. In 0, representing best is Amy Owenson. In lane 1, representing Wanda Bath, Sarah Smith. In lane 2, representing Stirling Swim, Perry Scobie. In lane 3, representing Midlothian, Charlotte Thompson. In lane 4, representing South Ayrshire, is Charlotte Hardy. In lane 5, representing South Ayrshire, is Ellie Robertson. In lane 6, representing Warder Bass Club, May Rogers. In lane 7, representing Morpeth, Katie Coventry. In lane 8, representing City Glasgow, Lucy Nimmo. And in lane 9, representing Mulgine Bearsden, Ailey McNair. Thankfully, during the live stream, Stephen, I haven't been talking about the codes. We did that at Edinburgh International, tried to confuse everybody, but we won't confuse anybody tonight. We'll keep that for another day.
Sure.
So Charlotte Hardy, most impressive last week at the British Championships. Let's see how she goes in this one. She'll be a very strong fancy to take this from her teammate Ailey Robertson. I think we should realistically have a 1-2 from South Ayrshire, but this could go anywhere, maybe even for the silver. Charlotte Hardy, I think, in lane 4 has got going pretty nicely here.
Like I said earlier, it's hats off to breaststroke. It's so interesting to see, like, just efficiency with stroke. Lane 4 going ahead here for the start, but then pretty even across the rest of the board. But yeah, it's just so graceful. It's great to see that efficiency in the stroke.
Yeah, she went at the juniors at the British last week and was very impressive across the whole breaststroke field. Ailey Robertson, I think if she can come on the podium in a silver, she'll be chuffed to bits. It looks as though she's got second, but Charlotte Hardy looking very, very strong indeed here, Stephen. It's a cracking swim from Charlotte Hardy. Charlotte Hardy's got this with a cracking time, 1:11:39. Ailey Robertson will take second, and I think perhaps in lane 6, May Rogers from Warder Bass just holds on to take that, and there's Charlotte Hardy, and got the high fives. Well done, girls. Nice to see both of them at the end of the race. And that's what we always see, Stephen.
Fantastic swimming there. Really stepping up in that final.
1:11:39. Ailey Robertson and Maya Rogers. Well, Maya Rogers will be glad at least she's on the podium as well. Just tipping Charlotte Thompson. So 17, 18-year-old finalists making their way poolside. In lane 0, representing Warner Bass Club, is Ailey Stewart. In lane 1 from City Glasgow is Ciara Davidson. In lane 2 from Mulgine Bearsden, Katie Caldwell. In lane 3 from Geary is Nuala Gow. In lane 4 from Finns, Erin Taylor. In lane 5 from Dundee City Aquatics, Lucy Stoves. In lane 6 from City Glasgow, Amy McLeod. In lane 7 from Cooper District is Ella McGeorge. In lane 8 from the Highland Swim Team, Ella McDonald. And in lane 9, South Lanarkshire's Leah Bullock. This is the girls' 17, 18-year-old 100 metres breaststroke final. Well, Erin Taylor from Finns, that wee club in Kirkcaldy, is the fastest qualifier. She's had to settle for 2 silvers in 2 and 400 IM, Stephen, so it would be nice, I suppose, in a way, if she could get herself onto the podium. That's what she'll be thinking. But Nuala Gow in lane 3, who beat her in the IM events, might have something to say, along with Lucy Stoves and Amy McLeod, another useful breaststroker. But they all are pretty good breaststrokers. Ciara Davison maybe had a wee problem, maybe her cap or her goggles have snapped, so it's annoying when this happens, Stephen. You're all psyched up, but these things do happen.
Could be an opportunity though. It's just keeping that game plan, nothing like putting you off. it's just keeping that same mentality, you know. It could happen like 2 minutes late, 1 minute late, you know. But these swimmers are just keeping it cool and just like keeping calm, you know, no matter what happens. They're just there to deliver the job when that whistle goes.
Yeah, we had a suit malfunction, if that's what we can call it, the other night. So again, we had a wee delay. So these things happen. And,
in psychology, one of the first things you learn is controlling the controllables and don't worry about the things you can't control. And it's just one of these examples of just, you know, keeping it cool, just thinking about what you're going to do, the execution across the 2 lengths. You know, it'll mean a lot for like day 5 for these swimmers, and then just going out with a bang, I suppose.
Yeah. So it's very much switch off and just keep in the zone.
And then switching back on, like when you're going back to the block.
Yeah. Of course, these girls have been through it many times before, and you can see Nuala Gow having a wee blather with one of the officials. Maybe that's the way they do it, just to relax themselves and maybe just not get too much pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe taking their mind off it, you know, taking the time just to relax the mind. I mean, I quite like to stay in the zone and just, you know, keep running on the spot, that kind of thing. But each to their own for the athletes, just whatever makes them feel best for like performing.
Yeah.
Her suit ripped, she's just changing.
Well, I've just been told that it is a suit malfunction. So there might be a minute or two, but we'll get this underway. Sometimes when these things happen, they might run another heat, but we don't have that luxury this evening. We'll just get straight on with this very shortly. And some of them just sitting down, relaxing. Others, as you say, arms going, jumping up and down. And it's what works for you, isn't it, Stephen?
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you don't know when the whistle's going to go, but you just like, whether do I sit down or not? You know, it's just having confidence in the decision you make, and whatever the athlete goes with, you know, just having confidence with that. Like I said, for this last event, it'll be like pretty important for these athletes to really see what they can do, you know, for day 5. You know, well, there are some smiling faces, which is great, you know.
Kira's hopefully ready to. Well, there we are. I think she's got the holiday swimsuit on. I wish her well. City Glasgow swimmer. So this ready to go for our final 100 breaststroke event of the evening.
So process in this one, and Taylor.
Strong start in the middle lanes, especially Lucy Stoves, Dundee City Aquatics, going off very nicely.
Again, it's just 2 different techniques, but they're going at the same pace, like all 3 of them, to be fair. You know, it could be anyone's game, just depends on what happens that second half.
All these girls have been through this, done it many times before. And Taylor, Lucy Stoves, Amy McLeod. It's Nuala Gow from Geary is only in 6th place. She's got some work to do, Stephen, if she wants to get back into contention. But, at the moment, Erin Taylor is looking good. Lucy Stoves and Nuala Gow with a late charge here, Stephen. It's very tight. It's Erin Taylor, Nuala Gow, Erin Taylor. And who's going to get it? It's Nuala Gow. Erin Taylor, Lucy Stoves. It's getting those arms in that position, spot on. And I think she can hardly believe it. She's just sneaked in there.
That's fantastic racing. Yeah. And again, it's who finishes at the end. You know, it's very close at the end there. But yeah, just like whatever happens the first quarter of the race, don't panic. Just think about like the whole game, and then like at the end there, it's great to see them coming through at the end like that.
And nailed that finish perfectly. Nuala Gow, Aaron Taylor, Lucy Stoves. So medals for the 15 and 16 year olds. I think it's Doris Mayer, ex-SASA president, I think doing those presentations again. Bronze medalist from City of Glasgow, Madeline Pattinson. Bronze medalist in the 6-year-old category, Wonderbath May Rogers. Silver medalist in the 50-year-old age group category is Ellie Kennedy from City of Glasgow. And our silver medalist from South Ayrshire is Ellie Robertson. Very happy with herself. Our gold medalist in the 50-year-old category from Morpeth, Seren Talentine. I've said this before, that's Welsh for Star. Charlotte Hardy is the Scottish National Age Group champion, gold medalist in the 16-year-old age group, and Scottish National champion in the 15-year-old category from City of Glasgow is Ellie Kennedy, and that's because Seren is a non-Scot. We now move on to the bronze medalists. Probably got their breath back. 17-18-year-old bronze medalist from Dundee City Aquatics is Lucy Stoves. Silver medalist from Finns, Erin Taylor. Gold medalist and Scottish National League Group champion in the 17-18-year-old category from Gary, Nuala Gow. I think that's gold medal number 3 for Nuala, silver medal number 3 for Erin Taylor. It could all change in a different day, Stephen.
Yeah, it just shows who's best swimmer on the day, you know.
Yeah.
Not to say next time can't be somebody else's.
So back up this time to the other end of the pool. We finish with 50s. No realies to finish tonight, but in lane 0, representing Aberdeen Dolphins, Conor Christophers. It's the 15-year-old category. In 1, west from Wonderbath, Ishmael Shalaby. In lane 2, from Hamilton Aquatics, Ganesh Chakraborty. In lane 3, from Morpeth is Jacob Light. In lane 4, from Aberdeen Dolphins is Dean Fern. In lane 5, from Perth City is Jensen Norris. In lane 6, from Dundee City Aquatics, Corey Phillips. In lane 7, from Mulgranby East End, Carl MacArthur. In lane 8, from Aberdeen Dolphins, Adam Prusick. And in lane 9, from Lerwick, is Finlay Geddes. This is the 15-year-old boys backstroke final. It's just go for it in this 50. You've got no time to mess about. Start is key of those, Stephen, I would imagine.
Yeah, just getting a good start and then head back and don't slow down.
Well, Dean Fern was the fastest going into this across the 15, 17, 18-year-old age group, so it's quite an achievement to do that. And look at the start, around about 13 metres off the wall for Dean. And looking very strong indeed. It's very close for second though. Second place, maybe Jensen Norris in 5. Dean Fern's got this nailed as we expected. Jensen Norris in 5. And it might be just lane 3. Jacob Light from Morpeth, who just held on to get third place, but classy swim from Dean Fern, 26.62. Jensen Norris, 28.58.9. Jacob Light just hanging on there to get third place. So quickly move on to
next up we have the boys
our 6-year-old final in 0. Jaden Chan from Carnegie. In lane number 1 from Highland Swim Team is Tom Armitage from Seagulls. In 2, Edward Bell. In 3, representing Montefief, Liam Gorzinski. In 4, representing Warner Bass Club, Robbie Boyd. In lane 5, representing Stirling Swimming, Logan van den Nolan. In lane 6 from Scotia is Jack Doherty Simpson. In 7 from University of Aberdeen Performance is Logan Jackson. In lane 9 from Carnegie, Nathan Wilson. And in lane 9 from Cooperton District, Robert Laws. Logan van den Nolan and Robbie Boyd, the 2 fastest qualifiers. And we have one of the Weir clubs, Montefief, Liam Gorzinski. I think this is his 3rd swim of the night. In lane 3, he got a bronze last year in the 200. That was Montefief's first ever national record medal at Scottish National Age Groups. They've not managed anything so far. It would be lovely to see them get something in the very last day. Well, good start in lane 4, and also in 2, Edward Bell. Going nicely in 5 is Logan van den Nolan. It's the 2 middle lanes, 5 and 4 is very, very tight. Logan van den Nolan. It's lane 4, Robbie Boyd, Logan van den Nolan, and Jack Doherty Simpson from Scotia. That was another tight finish. I'm amazed at calling that right. 100th in it there. Robbie Boyd 28.21, Logan van den Nolan 28.22, Jack Doherty Simpson 28.44.
It's interesting it happens with that in the 50s a lot. It's just so tight.
Yeah. Well, that's Owen Williamson goes in 0 from East Lothian Swim Team. In 1 from Wonder Bass is Ewan Beatty. In lane 2 from Aberdeen Dolphins, Andrew Brody. In lane 3 from City Glasgow, Robert Burgess. In lane 4, he's back again from East Lothian Swim Team, Stephen Kravis. In 5 from Elgin is Lucas Brown. In lane 6 from Stirling Swimming is Gear van den Nolan. In lane 5, in lane 7 is Bathgate's Vigo Savage. In lane number 8, Dundee City Aquatic's Travis Davey. And 9 from South Aberdeenshire, William Storer. I nearly lost the plot there, Stephen, with reading out these names.
As you say, it's fast and furious, isn't it?
South Aberdeenshire, William Storer. 17-18-year-old boys.
Well, that's the last boys final, the 17-18-year-old age group. Well, can we have a hat trick from Stephen Kravis? A superhuman effort if he can do this. I wouldn't put it past him though. Lucas Brown is Elgin swimmer in 5, which is wrist. This is his key event. Lucas very strong on the backstroke. And he'll have to be to deprive Stefan of his third. Like another strong start from Stefan there. Well, he's even now looking strong. Robert Burgess back in the pool as well. In lane 3 is looking stronger for second. It's Stefan Kravis, Robert Burgess. That's going to be the 1-2, and Lucas Brown is going to have to settle for third. Well, another one for Stefan Kravis to add to the portfolio of wins. I think the caption just got a wee bit ahead of ourselves. That might be the next one coming up, Stephen. Just wait for that to be confirmed. I don't think we did get confirmation, but
Now moving on to the
It was Stefan, Robert and Lucas. So we move on to the girls. It's again 15, 16 and 17, 18 year olds. We're just making our way to the blocks. But we do presentations again. So this is the 15 and 16 year olds being presented with medals. Bronze medalist from Morpeth is Jacob Light. Jacob's had a few podium positions over the week. Bronze medalist in the 16-year category from Scotia, Jack Doherty Simpson. I think that might be first podium for Scotia, wee club in north part of Glasgow near Bishop Brooks. Jensen Norris from Perth City, our silver medalist in the 15-year category, and silver medalist in the 16-year category, Stirling Swimming's Logan van der Molen. Gold medalist in the 15-year-old age group, our Scottish national age group champion from Aberdeen Dolphins is Dean Fern. And our gold medalist in the 16-year-old category, Scottish national age group champion, Wonder Bass's Robbie Boyd. Our medalists for that last one, the 17, 18 year olds, make their way to the podium. I think they've just about recovered.
The bronze medal from Elgin.
Bronze medalist from Elgin is Elgin's Lucas Brown. Not really had much chance to get the top on. Robert Burgess is a silver medalist from City Glasgow. Well done, Robert. And 3 out of 3 tonight. Gold medalist and Scottish national age group champion, the 17, 18 year old 50 back from East Lothian swim team, Stefan Kravis.
Well done, boys.
Well, that's our boys events over in Dunmouth, Stephen.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see.
Yeah.
You know, it's so competitive. You know, I'm biased because I love the distance events, but the 50s are really exciting as well.
That's something that I love to watch, the distance events. I'm like you. I think that's the serious race, and this is just a bit of fun. 50s, but
everything's got its place.
Yeah, everything has its place. I also love watching the 200 butterfly and 400 IM, but that's just I'm not for long distances. In lane 0, representing West Swimmers Lothian, Natalie Moody. In 1, representing Orkney, Eve Wood. In 2, representing Morpeth is Gabby Freeman. In 3, representing Warner Paths Club is Kenna Kurtzer. In 4, representing Morpeth, Sharon Talentine. In 5, representing Aberdeen Dolphins, Kirsty Breakin. In 6, representing Stirling Swimming is Coca Croxford. In 7, representing Bucky, Madison Cool. In 8, representing Catherine Midlothian is Leila Weatherspoon. And in 9, representing City Glasgow, Alice Cumming. Well, Sharon Talentine back again. I want to take a second goal down to Morpeth with her, and I wouldn't put it past her, to be honest. Kirsty Breakin, Coca Croxford, Kiana Kurtzer and Madison Cool, all very accomplished butterfly swimmers. I might have to settle for best Scot. Well, again, start is key, and a good start from Seren in 4. Kirsty is also going well in 5. Not much in it. This is the business end. 5:15 to go. Well, it's very, very tight. Seren Talentine, Kirsty Breakin, very, very tight. Kirsty Breakin in 5. Who's going to nail this one? 4. Seren Talentine got those arms over just spot on. Kirsty Breakin in 2nd. And the Arcadian Eve Wood, 29-19 in lane 1, gets a bronze. That goes along with, I think, some of her freestyle from earlier in the week.
And now we move to the 16-year-old girls.
16-year-old Caitlin Urquhart from Highland Swim Team goes in lane 0. In 1 from Malthouse Penguins is Alexandra Miller. In 2 from Midlothian is Charlotte Thompson. In lane 3 from First is Zoe Crawford. In lane 4 from South Ayrshire is Ailey Robertson. In lane 5 from East Lothian Swim Team is Helen Stoddart. In 6 from City Glasgow is Heidi Wren. In 7 from Stirling Swim, Susie McNair. In lane 8 from Heart of Midlothian, Orla McInnes. And in 9 from Carnegie, Gemma Brown. I think Gemma Brown shocked everybody the other night, getting a bronze, a cracking swim from her in the 200. She got an outside lane, so she got a chance of a medal like everyone else. But the strong fancy in this one may well be Ailey Robertson. 28.12, almost a second faster than everyone else from the heats. She's really come on leaps and bounds across all 4 strokes. Maybe at the moment our favourite one could just be the butterfly, although that will change over the years, but very strong start from Ailey. And at the moment she's looking pretty strong. Helen Stoddart, in lane 5, Heidi Wren in lane 6. That might be the medalist, but certainly gold medal. It's South Ayrshire's Ailey Robertson. It's very tight, lanes 5 and 6 are indeed second and third, with Zoe Crawford, Charlotte Thompson just missing out. Well, Ailey Robertson, well done Ailey, you got under 28, 27.99 by hundreds. Helen Stoddart going faster as well, as did Heidi Wren, and they had to. Not much between them for the second and third. Another cracking race here, Stephen. So we're nearly done and dusted. This is the last one. In lane 0, Amy Shields from City of Glasgow. In 1, representing Warner Bass is Anna Green. In lane 2, representing Swim West Lothian, Melissa Mainwaring. In lane 3, representing Heart of Midlothian is Alice Mackey. In lane 4, representing City Glasgow is Drew McKenzie. In lane 5, representing City Glasgow is Stella McCarthy. In lane 6, representing Swim West Lothian, Natalie Marshall. And in lane 7, representing Perth City, Eloise Cousins. In lane 8, representing Geary is Nuala Gow. And in lane 9, representing Warner Bass Club is Katie Rose. Well, another bronze medalist from last night was Alice Mackey from Heart of Midlothian, who I was delighted to see on the podium. Has had her problems with illness and everything over the last few years, but was a national champion in this. I think as a 13-year-old, when I was on the live stream last night with Phil Potter, he couldn't say that I was right or wrong, but I think I'm probably right, Stephen. We'll go with that. This is got a good contest again. Drew McKenzie, Stella McCarthy, 2 City Glasgow swimmers. Another strong start from all of them, but this one at the moment, Drew McKenzie just forging ahead here, Stephen. Alice Mackey in 3 and Stella McCarthy in 5, and in 6 Natalie Marshall, Drew McKenzie 5 and 2 perhaps. Well, Alice Mackey gets if Drew McKenzie takes that 27.88. Stella McCarthy, her teammate, in second. Alice Mackey gets another bronze for Heart of Midlothian. So that one did actually go again to form, 4.53. What's the Mainwaring and Natalie Marshall, 2 from Lothian girls, just missing out, 4th and 5th on a medal. Well, that concludes the swimming. More medal presentations coming up, Stephen, and I think we'll probably have to wait a wee bit to get announcement of Top Club, and we've also got a few other presentations to do, but great swimming and another good finish for us. So girls will just get ready. We're think just about ready to go with the first lot of presentations. Brian Henry doing the honours again. Brian's been with us all 5 days.
From Orkney, Eve Wood.
The 15-year-old bronze medalist from Orkney is Eve Wood.
And the bronze medal, the 16-year-old.
And the 16-year-old bronze medalist is Heidi Wren from City Glasgow. I think she's pretty pleased with herself being bronze.
The 15-year-old from Aberdeen Dolphins.
Silver medalist Aberdeen Dolphins is Kirsty Bricken. And the silver medalist
for the 16-year-old.
and the 16-year-old
Helen Stoddart.
from East Lothian Swim Team, Helen Stoddart. Our gold medalist from Morpeth, Scottish Open champion, is Sarah Talentine. Another gold to Tally. That's obvious her nickname, Talentine, nickname Tally. Our Scottish National A Group champion and gold medalist in the 16-year-old category from South Ayrshire, Ailey Robertson. How many times have we seen a Robertson on the podium over the years, Stephen? You'll remember Erin from your days as a swimmer. She would be just starting out in those days. And Kirsty Bricken is the national champion in the 15-year-old category, as Seren is a non-Scot. So our 17, 18-year-old medalist making her way. Alice just getting a top on, and she's absolutely delighted with that bronze. Alice Mackey from Harton Midlothian. Well done, Alice. Delighted for you getting back on the podium again. City Glasgow's Stella McCarthy is the silver medalist, and the gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion in the 17-18 category.
Scottish National Age Group champion Drew Mackenzie.
City Glasgow's Drew Mackenzie.
Well done, girls.
So that's the last lot of individual medal presentations for Scottish National Age Groups for the 5 days. Most important thing is again the photo shoot.
Yeah, they absolutely look delighted, don't they? I mean, that's it. That's the work done, and you know, that's all done. And yeah, I suppose now it's just seeing the best club and the other awards. But yeah, now these everybody can just relax now and just do their swim down before seeing the last presentations.
Yeah, so that's the swimming done and dusted. I'm not sure what follows now. It's other types of presentations to come. I think we've got top club. I think everybody knows who the top club is going to be, though, Stephen.
These are for the top performers.
16 and under girls and boys on FINA points are to be presented.
The 50 metres backstroke from Morpeth, Gabby Freeman.
Gabby Freeman is the winner.
Ask Gabby to make her way up.
As we say, delighted to see swimmers coming from south of the border. Gabby Freeman, top performance. 50 metres butterfly, Aberdeen Dolphins. Didn't think there would be any surprise. Dean Fern taking the top prize for the boys.
I'm trying very hard not to clap. I'm just so used to clapping for everybody.
And Dean Ferrant, there he is. He's had a great meet. And it's good to see Dean. You know, he did really, really well last year, and he's taken it up yet another notch this year. Still keep improving, and that's what I want to see. All the swimmers just sticking with it and making steady progress. I'm sure he'll get some of the guys getting a lot closer over the next couple of years as they get that bit bigger and stronger as well. And that would be something that you'd have to contend with yourself. You'd be pushing some of these other guys, and then when you were top dog, they'd be pushing you, Stephen.
Yeah, exactly. But you need that. You know, there's the next folk that are looking at you after you've looked at the other folk ahead. So it's just great to see like that progression still happening for a lot of these athletes.
Yep.
It's quite a complex process to work it out, so there will be fully checked and ratified.
So I'm just waiting to find out what's happening with the top club, Stephen. There won't be very much more to follow.
Please be patient for a moment or two as we await the final points.
We're just this is the thing that always takes a wee while just to compile the final points, because literally we've just swam that last event, and now those points could be vital. I don't think they will be, but we've still got to compile them, put them together, and it doesn't matter whether they're 200 or 300 points ahead. We want all the points to be spot on, so we can announce them. That's technical officials. A lot of these people have been here for 5 long days. It's starting at 9 o'clock at well, I think there's a preemption here.
Yeah, that's what it's about. It's about that team, isn't it? It's in a team effort for all the clubs. It's all the athletes like coming together for a competition like this. You know, it's great to see athletes with face paint on, and you know, the drums and everything like that. So yeah, it's just fantastic to see like a competition where everybody comes together and just enjoys the sport.
And you can see how full the gallery has been. That's Geary. They've had a really good week. We club just up the road from here, Stephen, but they've been getting their swimmers to do literally all shapes and sizes of distances, and they've been consistently in a lot of the finals. So this, as you can see, a lot of the parents and grandparents up here supporting all the kids. We couldn't do without them, Stephen, and I know your folks would be up here cheering you on in your early days.
There's no way I would have got anywhere in my swimming career without them and support from home. And you know, you just have to thank all the parents for that. You know, it's a commitment, but you know, at the end of the day, the swimmers get that opportunity, and it's great to see them like happy and enjoying the sport again.
Yeah, I'm sure it's quite refreshing that you've decided to stick with swimming and put that little bit extra back in, as a lot of people do. And you know, you're now over in the West, and maybe just give us a wee insight to some of the things that you're currently doing over there after 6 months.
I'm glad I got the opportunity I have with Scottish Swimming, working as an RSDM or Regional Swimming Development Manager. I just help support clubs if they need anything from Scottish Swimming, or if they need any advice or support, then we're here to help out where we can. And same with the Learn to Swim program as well. If they need any support or anything, then they come to us. We're usually the first direct line of contact, and then we see the different options that we can help support them. But the fun bit is getting to the competitions and, you know, seeing like the end result.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's great to see like, you know, everybody's so happy, and this is what it's all about.
Yeah. Great that you got the opening in the West. I know that everybody knows that you've swam at Perth for a long time, so coming down into a different district would be a wee bit refreshing and a nice change for you as well, I'm sure. So we've got top points. We have in the top 10, in 10th place, 228 points is Dumfries. In 9th place, on 302 points, University of Aberdeen Performance. We talked about Geary, Stephen. They are in 8th place with 358 points. In 6th, 396, South Lanarkshire. Sorry, in 7th, South Lanarkshire. In 6th place, 460 points, Stirling Swimming Club. Your own club, your old club, in 5th place, 469 points, all very tight. Perth City, just above them. In 4th place, 475.5 points, Aberdeen Dolphins. very tight between 4th, 5th and 6th.
591.5 points.
In 3rd place, 591.5 points. East Lothian swim team, great to see them performing at that level. Runners up this year, 1,043 as they were runners up last year. Won the Bass Club, and the top team, last year's winners, this year's winners, 1,406.5 points. Well, they're all ready to get into the pool. It's City of Glasgow swim team. And it will be how many coaches can we get in the water, I'm sure, as well, Stephen. That usually happens.
Yeah, it's a celebration, you know, and you know, all these swimmers, you know, having the coaches there in that program. It's like, you know, it's all about that. You know, the great team that they have there. But yeah, you can just see like their faces. They're just absolutely delighted to get the win here.
So that's us, I think, done and dusted. Just we've got a trophy to present, and that will conclude our live stream, everyone. And, it's is that all the swimmers from City Glasgow? I don't think so. It's probably the ones that are, have stayed around. There will be some that have swam earlier on that maybe have gone home. And Daniel Brayson, the City Glasgow coach, is there.
Fitting in for that photo as well.
Indeed. Brian Henry presenting City Glasgow with the Top Club Trophy 2023. Now, Drew McKenzie, who got a lot of goals, and probably the one that got most of the goals for them, Nicholas, isn't it? And thank you, everyone. That's us done and dusted for Scottish National Age Groups. From Rob Taylor and from Stephen Mill, thank you for joining us, and look forward to seeing you at another Scottish National event. Thanks a lot.